What's up again, everybody? I know we have a bit of a different layout today because, as you can see, we're missing the side stuff, and we don't even have my face over there. Look, my face is gone. The reason for that is it's not about anything except enjoying the beauty of the Everfest cards. We're going to take a look, take a stroll, a nice leisurely stroll through my collection as it is thus far of Everfest. I've had the fortune of just great pulls with this set, and I wanted to show you where my collection stands thus far as everything I've opened in all of the cases and boxes that I've opened. I've opened something to the tune of like 4 cases, maybe 5 cases, from 2 sources, from Reaper Games Store and from Deck Edge. Both are absolutely fantastic, and they gave me fantastic boxes and cases, so highly recommend them. And this is in beautiful 4K, so we're going to just admire all of these cards, starting, of course, with Mask of the Pouncing Lynx. A beautiful card in its own right. As you can see, when I move this card like that, you can see the cloak on the figure there kind of lights up with that cold foiling that they inlaid in the center. This card's also just really good, like a really fantastic card. You just run it if you're playing Benji, you run it if you're in Blitz, you may even just run it if you're playing Ninja at this point. It's just that good, and it's a fantastic card. I actually have 2 of those. Skull Crushers, another card. I actually had to take this card out of my Kaio Blitz deck because I run this card. Now, I play the cold foils. I don't know about you guys, but I actually just really enjoy playing cold foils. Something fun to look at while you're waiting for your opponent to punch you in the face. And so I took this one out of the sleeve. In fact, I took all of these out of the sleeve and out of their top loaders, and I'm showing them to you in this form. This one has cool like foiling inlaid on the glove itself. Really sells the whole arm equipment thing. Kraken's Aether Vein, a card I just recently opened on a stream. It was a fantastic moment because this is one of the few cold foil Majestics I was missing. It's one that they inlaid the cold foiling in the weapon itself, but outside of that it's kind of flat on the side, so it makes the weapon pop a little bit. I feel like they could go even further into inlaying that cold foiling onto the weapon, but a beautiful card nonetheless, and one that maybe one day we'll see play. I know I'm going to try to use it in UPF, use it in multiplayer, see if I can get some value off of drawing some cards. Dreadboard here, I think this is one of my favorite Majestics as far as cold foiling goes. That just looks so good. So if you're new to the game of Flesh and Blood, or if you're just looking at what I believe to be some of the most beautiful cards in any card game ever, and you're just here on this video, cold foiling is the process where they inlay a metallic looking foil finish, and most of the time you'll find this on the bordering around the card, but they'll also lay the cold foiling into specific parts of the art, and in this case they just chose to cold foil up the entire bow, which makes it look really cool. As you can see, when I do like that, taking it away from the light, you can see it get darker, like a metallic reflection. And then you go like that, it really pops. A fantastic bow as well, in my opinion. This is one of the best cold foiled equipments as well, is Vexing Quillhand for the Rune Blade. The way that they just made this look, so good. So good. Underratedly good card too. This is one of those cards where you play this in specific matchups, and like for the Arcane Barrier, of course, but you play this in specific matchups that may not go very long, so that at some point you can just pop and create 2 Runechant tokens on a tempo turn that could really push the tide of the game. I feel like this is going to get played in Blitz a lot. This is a good Blitz option in my opinion as well, because games are shorter. Also pretty brutal, really shows off the Flesh and Blood brutality a little bit. Oh man, every time I look at the extended art Earthlore Bounty. So interestingly enough, I actually traded for this card. I did not open this card in a pack. The rarity of opening the extended art Earthlore Bounty, it is a pretty high pull rate. As far as a pretty low pull rate is probably the better way to say it. It's a little bit difficult to pull, but it is beautiful nonetheless. And so I traded for it. I actually traded a legendary for it. I opened 2 Skullcaps, 2 Arcanite Skullcaps, and so I legit just 1-for-1 traded a Skullcap for this, which probably meant that the other guy got the better end of the deal, but honestly, I'm looking at this card and I feel really good about it because it's a beautiful, beautiful card. Speaking of Skullcaps, I think we're coming up to Skullcap. Now, interestingly enough, this is the non-foil version, so you're looking at it like, why are you putting this one on the thing? Yes, it is one of the 3 legendaries in the set, but this is a non-foil version of the Arcanite Skullcap. Of course, it was already printed in cold foil in first edition Arcane Rising, and then it was printed in Arcane Rising Unlimited in rainbow foil, and now it is first edition Everfest, but it is non-foil. It's the same sort of thing that they did with the Spring Tunic as well. I had the pleasure of opening 2 Stalagmites, Bastion of Eisenloft. Just, man, the cases that I got from Deck Edge were so ridiculously fire. It was insane. I opened 2 of these bad boys as well. This is the one that my son opened, which is kind of funny. I actually traded the other one to a guy. No, I think I sold the other one to pick up a couple of other things on my list of things to grab. But this card, fantastic. Seeing a lot of play right now, of course, in Starvo, because you can just block with this sort of in that mid to late game and steal back tempo, giving your opponent a frostbite, making their big swing turn a little bit harder. But it's also really pretty to look at, and I think more cards should get that extended art treatment, because the art in Flesh and Blood is, in my opinion, second to none. There's just not better. And this is an interesting one. It's not a cold foil. It is a my only extended art Majestic, and it's one that I'm definitely going to put into my classic constructed deck. I had it sitting out because I actually had enough non-giant fancy ones, so I just jammed those in the deck and played the deck real fast. But in Kano, this card is just gonna bling out the deck, man. It's super fantastic. It is. I'm so glad that I pulled this one specifically, because it is something I'm definitely gonna go out and play, and so I'm glad I got my hands on this one. And then the second to last card we're gonna talk about is none other than Bravo Star of the Show. This could be the most beautiful card in all of card games. I don't know. It's definitely up there for me. The fact that they just got this fantastic foiling going on with the cold foil. I just want to point this out. Look, they cold foiled the border, which I think the Arya border is one of the best to actually cold foil. It's just fantastic to look at. But they also cold foiled like a large portion of his pauldron and his like just general equipment, his outfit, which in person even pops more than it does on screen. It's just a fantastic looking piece of art on just a piece of cardboard. This is art on a cardboard. And then after you look at the front, you flip it over, and the front is a full art version with more foiling. It's like they really went all out with this card, and it is fantastic. It's made all the better because this is a full art on the back. You can just decide to run this side, flip it over, let your opponent read the text if they want to read the text on Starvo here. Call him Starvo because it's Bravo Star of the Show. And you just play this side if you want to see the full art goodness. Look at the boots, man. Look at that. How can you not say that is not a beautiful card? This is definitely one of the most beautiful cards. It's not the last card we're going to look at, though, because there is one more. This one's very special to me. This card is incredibly special to me because for me, this was my first ever cold foil Fable card. So rarity in this game works like this. You've got common cards. You've got rare cards. You have Majestics, which is what we looked at mostly. Majestic cards, which you can see down at the bottom. I'll just set this down. I'll show you. The Majestic cards have a nice little M with a red dot on the bottom. You have legendary cards. Legendary cards, of course, have an L with like this orangey color. And then you have a Fable rare. And a Fable has a diamond on the bottom. It is a 000. So it exists in the set, but it's the first card in the set, I guess, by printing wise. And cold foil Fables are the most rare of things in general to open. And I'll be honest, I've been in the game since the game launched in 2019 and never had the opportunity to open a cold foil Fable until this very set. So I was very thankful to join the ranks of cold foil Fable openers. I was floored by it. It was one of those moments that I was like, I'm not going to buy a cold foil Fable because I want the experience of opening it for the first time. Now I may go back and pick one up if I ever had the expendable cash to just grab some cold foil Fables, but I wanted to open one first, and I had my wish fulfilled with this beautiful grandeur of Valahai. So I popped the screen out, and I'm going to flip through my binder. I'm using one of these Ultra Pro binders for my Everfest set collection. I don't know about you guys. I use these three spot, like 9 overall on one side binders. I know some people use the 12 ones, but for me this feels good. There's spots missing here because I do have cards pulled from my collection that are in decks right now. But flipping through, I've got, I think I have all play sets of Majestics at this point, which is good. I mean, that's kind of what you would expect. I don't have that extended art third Thunderquake, that yellow Thunderquake. Look how many cards I have pulled. This is kind of crazy. This many cards pulled for a like a Benji deck. It's kind of funny. Hey, look, I'm down there in reflection. Look at me. That's weird looking. I look strange. So a couple of things I don't have. I don't have a Cold Foil Helm of Sharp Eye. That's like one of the cards I'm missing. I would love to have a full extended art playset of Slice and Dice. I'm missing the blue. I've got the red one. It's in a deck actually right now. I think one of the things I don't do, and you can tell me if you do this yourself, I don't actually like put all these as foils. I don't fill up my binder with foils, but maybe I should. Maybe I should sit back and do that. One of the things I do is I send any foils that I get to patrons as a thank you. Just in general. I don't have a foil Dissolution Sphere. I also look for foils in Majestics. I'd like one foil of each Majestic. I'm missing a microprocessor and a Dissolution Sphere. I noticed that as I was opening up boxes for others. I don't have a foil Rain Razors either, just kind of funny. Just missing like random little pockets there of things like that. I've got a foil, I think I have a full foil playset of Swarming Gloomveils. I feel very lucky in that. I'm missing the extended art red Runeblood incantation. I have several foil Revel and Runebloods, I think. I have two. I have 2 foil Revel and Runebloods. Should sleeve up that back one. Sigil of Parapets, of course I've got that. I've got my nice little foil Icelander. I also have a cold foil one of that, thanks to Legend Story Studios. The other Majestics, I think there are some other ones. I forget. Actually, I forget, but I do have a full play set of all of these, including in foil of the good one, man. We got the old Aether Wildfire. A fan of that. Missing a foil Crown of Seeds. I need a cold foil Crown of Seeds. Like no, well, I don't need it, I guess. For the collection purposes, I would need one of those. I don't think I actually play that in any matchup. I don't have a foil Miraging Metamorph, and I don't have a Shimmers of Silver either in foil. So there's clearly like little foil misses that I'm just kind of out on. Foil Genius, and I need a foil the extended art Arcane Lantern. So there's still things that I gotta trade for, still things I gotta pick up. But I think all of these I do have in foil as well. Got the extended art yellow is the only one I'm missing there, but I have these two. Extended art blue, pick a card, any card. And then we come to probably the most interesting part of the binder, and that's like the cold foil amulets. And it's hard to get without just pulling all of them out. It's hard to get a good shot of them. But I have a cold foil here, here, here. Haven Call actually looks really nice in cold foil. I wish I could zoom in on some of these specifically, but unfortunately I can't. It's just how it is. It's just how it is. I have a cold foil across the board up here. You can see some of those really shining. Got a cold foil across the board here. I'm missing a cold foil Potion of Luck, weirdly enough, because I would actually straight up play that, which is kind of funny. Missing a cold foil Talisman of Balance and Talisman of Recompense, which I actually have played. So it's like I'm missing several of the ones that I would just straight up play in a deck, which is hilarious to me. But I'm very close to completing a cold foil set of everything. By the way, this one's beautiful. Potion of Deja Vu right here. Fantastic looking card. So that's where I stand on my set as far as Everfest is concerned. And it's been a really fun time collecting this set. I love this set. I think it's fantastic. It is a beautiful set to look at. I feel like every single set has just gotten better and better as far as art, aesthetic, and just foiling is concerned. Absolutely love it. Let me know what your thoughts are in the comments below. Do you think that the set in the just overall appearance is getting better over time? What do you think about that in a comment? If you enjoyed this video, you can click the like button, or you can hit subscribe and make a number go to a slightly larger number just by pressing the subscribe button. So feel free to do that. As always, everybody, thanks for watching.